What would you do if you found a wallet containing more money than you make in a year? Today's story will challenge everything you think you know about honesty, kindness, and the power of doing what's right, even when no one is watching. Before we continue, let us know in the comment section. What time is it and where are you watching from? Now let's continue. The rain hammered against the windows of Mel's diner like angry fists. It was the kind of storm that made smart people stay home. As the CEO of Williams Tech Corporation, worth over $50 million, he was used to making his own rules about everything, including the weather. His black Bentley had broken down 3 miles back, leaving him stranded on a lonely highway. Now, soaked to the bone in his $1,500 suit, Marcus pushed through the diner's glass door, setting off a cheerful bell that seemed to mock his miserable condition. The place looked like it hadn't been updated since the 1980s. Red vinyl booths with duct tape holding the cracks together. A checkerboard floor that had seen better decades. The smell of grease and coffee hung thick in the air. Marcus wrinkled his nose in disgust. "Welcome to Mel's. Sit anywhere you like, honey." The voice belonged to a young woman behind the counter. She couldn't have been more than 25, with tired eyes and a name tag that read Sarah. Her uniform was clean but worn, and her smile was genuine despite the late hour. It was nearly midnight, and she was probably the only waitress working. Marcus chose a corner booth, as far from other customers as possible. There were only 3 other people in the place. An elderly man reading a newspaper, a trucker nursing black coffee, and a mother trying to keep her toddler quiet. Sarah appeared at his table within minutes, coffee pot in hand. "Rough night?" she asked, noticing his soaked appearance. "Car trouble," Marcus replied curtly, not looking up from his phone. He was already calling his assistant, his mechanic, anyone who could get him out of this nightmare. "Coffee to warm you up?" He nodded without acknowledgement. Sarah poured the coffee and left him alone, sensing he wasn't in the mood for small talk. For the next hour, Marcus made call after call. His mechanic couldn't come until morning. His assistant was unreachable. Even his emergency car service couldn't navigate the flooding on the highway. He was stuck. As midnight turned to 1 a.m., the other customers gradually left. Soon it was just Marcus, Sarah, and the cook in the back. Sarah moved between cleaning tables, refilling his coffee, and handling the occasional late-night customer who wandered in from the storm. Marcus found himself watching her work. She never complained, never showed frustration. Even when a drunk customer left a mess in the bathroom that she had to clean up, she helped the elderly man to his car with an umbrella. She gave the mother with the toddler extra crackers without charging for them. "Why do you work here?" Marcus asked suddenly when Sarah came to refill his cup for the 4th time. Sarah looked surprised that he had spoken. "It pays the bills," she said simply. "Well, most of them anyway. This place can't pay much." "It doesn't," she admitted, sitting down across from him for a moment. "But my mom needs her medication, and my little brother starts college next year. Every dollar counts." Marcus studied her face. No bitterness, no self-pity. Just quiet determination. "What about you?" Sarah asked. "What do you do?" "I run a company." He didn't elaborate. "Must be stressful, judging by all those phone calls." Marcus almost smiled. You could say that. As the night wore on, something strange happened. Marcus stopped checking his phone every few minutes. He started paying attention to the conversations around him. The diner filled and emptied with night shift workers, insomniacs, and people with nowhere else to go. And Sarah treated them all with the same kindness she'd shown him. Around 3 a.m., a family came in, parents and 3 young children, all looking exhausted and worried. Their car had broken down, just like Marcus's, but they couldn't afford a tow truck. They pooled their money and could only afford 1 meal to share between the 5 of them. Marcus watched Sarah serve them. She brought extra bread, more coffee refills than they paid for, and when the youngest child spilled juice on her uniform, she just laughed and cleaned it up without complaint. "Sarah seems like a good kid," the cook, an older man named Joe, said to Marcus when Sarah was in the bathroom. "Works 3 jobs to support her family. Never seen anyone work harder or complain less." 3 jobs. Marcus felt something twist in his chest. At 4:30 a.m., Marcus's phone finally rang with good news. A tow truck could make it through the flooding. His ride would be there in 30 minutes. As he got up to use the restroom before leaving, he felt his back pocket empty. Marcus's heart stopped. His wallet with $3,000 cash, credit cards, ID, business cards, everything. He frantically searched the booth, the floor, retraced his steps. Nothing. Panic set in. That wallet contained more than money. It had photos of his late wife, the only ones he carried with him. His hand shook as he searched. Looking for something? Sarah appeared beside him. My wallet. It's gone. It has to be here somewhere. They searched together, moving tables, checking under booths. Other customers joined in, but the wallet had vanished. Marcus felt sick. Not because of the money. He could replace that easily. But his wife's photos, their wedding picture, the last photo they took together before the cancer took her, those were irreplaceable. I'm sorry, Sarah said softly, seeing his distress. Maybe someone turned it in earlier. Let me check the lost and found. She disappeared into the back room. Marcus slumped in his booth, feeling more defeated than he had in years. A few minutes later, Sarah returned, carrying something behind her back. Did you find it? Marcus asked hopefully. Sarah nodded and placed his wallet on the table. Marcus grabbed it, opening it frantically to check for the photos. They were all there. Everything was there. Where was it, he asked. In the booth where you were sitting. It must have fallen between the cushions when you got up. Marcus pulled out his money to count it. $3,000 in hundreds. All there. He looked up at Sarah, confused. You found this hours ago, didn't you? He asked quietly. Sarah's cheeks reddened, but she didn't deny it. Why didn't you keep it? The question came out harsher than he intended. You work 3 jobs. Your mother needs medication. Your brother needs college money. This would have solved your problems. Sarah met his eyes steadily. Because it's not mine. But no one would have known. I never would have suspected you. I would have known, she said simply. And my mama raised me better than that. Marcus stared at this young woman, who had just given up more money than she probably saw in 6 months of tips. Money that could have changed her life. What's your last name, Sarah? Martinez. Why? Marcus pulled out his phone and made a call. Janet. Yes, I know it's early. I need you to contact our scholarship department immediately. What are you doing? Sarah asked. Marcus held up a hand. Yes, full scholarship to any college he wants. And Janet, I need you to call our health insurance coordinator. I want to add someone's mother to our executive health plan. No, not an employee. Just do it. He hung up and looked at Sarah, who was staring at him with wide eyes. I lied earlier, Marcus said. I don't just run a company. I own it. Williams Tech Corporation. We provide scholarships to deserving students, and we have excellent health insurance. Sarah's hand flew to her mouth. You can't. I can't accept. Your brother will get a full scholarship. Your mother will have the best health insurance money can buy. And you. Marcus pulled out a business card. You're going to come work for me. Starting salary is more than you make in all 3 of your current jobs combined. Tears streamed down Sarah's face. Why? Because tonight you taught me something I'd forgotten. You showed me what real wealth looks like. It's not about money, Sarah. It's about character. And you're richer than I ever imagined I could be. Sarah was crying now, unable to speak. There's one condition, Marcus said gently. I want you to keep doing what you do. Our company needs someone who understands that success isn't just about profits. It's about treating people right, about doing the right thing even when no one is watching. The tow truck pulled up outside, its lights flashing through the rain-streaked windows. As Marcus got up to leave, he placed a $100 tip on the table. For the coffee, he said with a smile. Mr. Williams? Sarah called as he reached the door. He turned back. Thank you. Thank you, Sarah. You reminded me why I started my company in the first place. To help people. I'd forgotten that somewhere along the way. 6 months later, Sarah Martinez was the Director of Community Outreach at Williams Tech Corporation. Her brother was studying engineering on a full scholarship. Her mother's medical bills were a thing of the past. And Marcus Williams? He learned to see wealth differently. Real wealth wasn't in his bank account or his stock portfolio. It was in the lives he could touch, the difference he could make, and the reminder that sometimes the poorest person in the room is actually the richest. The wallet that fell from his pocket that night didn't just contain money and memories. It contained a lesson that would change both their lives forever. So here's the question that's been on my mind since hearing this story. If you found a wallet with more money than you make in months, what would you do? Would you be like Sarah, or would you be tempted to keep it? Drop your honest answer in comments below. And if this story touched your heart like it did mine, make sure to subscribe to Beyond Yesterday for more incredible true stories that will restore your faith in humanity. Hit that notification bell so you never miss a story that might just change how you see the world. Because sometimes, the most valuable things we can find aren't made of money at all.